Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, not all Democrats are cut from the same cloth. I talk about that quite a bit. Now, the truth is finally surfacing about corporate Democrat Andrew Cuomo. Because for months last year, mainstream media either ignored or they reasoned away the fact that Cuomo took money from nursing home executives while ensuring that legislation was put in place to protect them from any wrongdoing. And while he was touting his great success in handling the COVID crisis in New York and promoting his so-called mission accomplished book, he simultaneously ordered nursing homes to accept coronavirus patients when they were released from the hospital. So it wasn't until May of 2020 that Cuomo amended his directive and then required a negative COVID test before seniors could return to their nursing homes. You would think that would be standard protocol, but it wasn't. And like I said, that was in May. So that was months and months after the virus was already widespread, totally out of control. And as you've probably now heard, Cuomo is under fire for what appears to be a cover-up of nursing home death data. This came to light recently when one of his top aides, a woman named Melissa DeRosa, admitted to state lawmakers that they delayed the release of COVID-related nursing home deaths because they feared that the Department of Justice would initiate an investigation. Not a real good reason to hide data. In addition, the New York Attorney General's office also recently released a report showing that nursing home deaths were underreported by as much as 50%. And both the FBI and the Eastern District of New York have now opened investigations into Cuomo's handling of these issues. So once all of this blew up in the media and some state officials began speaking to the media about it, Cuomo went ballistic. It appears that also that Cuomo has this long history of bullying others to get what he wants. People are now coming out of the woodwork telling their own stories about how Cuomo went after them and threatened them, a tactic which he allegedly used against a New York State Assembly member named Ron Kim. So last year, Kim's uncle died in a New York nursing home due to COVID, and he happened to be on the call with Cuomo's aide when she made this statement and said that they basically hid the data. So he has been speaking out publicly about this supposed cover-up. So according to Kim, Cuomo called him after hours in the evening. He was giving his kids a bath to berate and threaten him, saying that he would, quote, destroy him if he didn't go along with his cover-up, essentially. Kim also claims that Cuomo attempted to humiliate him by saying, quote, "Are you a lawyer? I didn't think so. You're not a lawyer." In fact, Kim said he's never been spoken to as an adult by someone like this. Cuomo denies making any threats. He denies being aggressive in his call, but Kim's wife alleges that she also heard portions of the call, and she corroborated her husband's assertions, describing Cuomo as loud and angry. And she said she overheard the words, quote, "my wrath," and "who do you think you are?" And he didn't stop there, because Kim says that he received multiple additional calls over that following weekend with messages. He said he just didn't answer. And so he would let it go to voicemail. And there were messages left by Cuomo aides saying that the governor wished to speak with him again. And Kim is not the only one making this type of allegation. There's 3 other New York Democratic lawmakers who also say that Cuomo's administration suggested or explicitly threatened retaliation if they didn't support him in this matter. They also said that threats were issued against anyone who might consider voting to take away his emergency powers. So, this is the kind of stuff that goes on. This is the kind of stuff that gets swept under the rug. Why his brother should not have been the one who was interviewing him on CNN. I do give credit to Jake Tapper and others who are now talking about this and bringing this to light, but it took a year almost. This stuff was talked about in independent media. There was information going around all the way back to, I believe, April of last year. So almost a year. This has been known. And to my knowledge, no one in mainstream media has yet to talk about the money he took from these corporations that own nursing homes and how that might have played into his decision making. I'm not saying it did, but that needs to be investigated. And it's easy to understand in the early days how people didn't really understand COVID. They didn't really have a handle on it. But you would think that he would have at least stepped up and told the truth about the number of deaths and taken responsibility for it, instead of him going on a publicity tour and writing a book about what a great job he did. Anyway, guys, if I hear more, I will let you know. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I will talk with you soon.